I think the cat's arrived. I think the cat's arrived.
Cat's arrived.
The cat's arrived.
The cat's arrived. The cat's arrived. Look, Nick, the cat's arrived. Look, where's that cat? There's a cat there. Why is there a cat there? Cat's arrived.
Welcome to the mouth of manliness.
The cat's arrived.
Yeah, there's an addition to the noise. Oh, I nearly said my surname like that. Everyone don't know it. Yeah, we're getting a cat today.
Have you got any names for the cat?
Cat's called Star, which I think's all right.
Yeah.
It's a rescue kitten. It was already called Star.
Okay.
And then when they said it's called Star, it's a boy, so I tried to convince my daughter to call it Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
And she was having none of it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why don't you just keep it called Star, like in the Lost Boys?
Yeah. I like it.
Star is the girl in the Lost Boys, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. Come here, Star.
Yeah.
Yes, we're getting a cat, but we've been waiting for the cat for about 3 hours, and I think it's arrived because the dog is going to freak out. So I imagine tonight I will be sleeping on the sofa because the dog probably won't chill out, and the cat will be in the lounge.
It's going to be like having like babies again, like little kids again.
Yeah, I did it a few weeks ago when my dog just started barking. I just thought, I'll just go downstairs and sleep on the sofa. And then she comes up and sleeps on me, and it's like,
I think if my calculations are correct, which they rarely are because I'm dreadful at maths, but I think it's Christmas Eve today.
Christmas Eve.
How'd you feel about
I actually felt a bit better about it after our last podcast about it. And we've had a few kind of bits of feedback about it by people going, well, I just see it as one day and that kind of thing. Your mum obviously gave feedback as in, ignore everything.
Yeah.
Just be happy.
Yeah.
I like that feedback. But I'm always like, yeah, it's not so simple. But there's a bit of me that wishes I could be like that.
Yeah.
It really is. Anyway, so I think you kind of talked me out of Christmas misery a bit last time.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe I'm the ghost of Christmas future.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that is wrong, isn't he? Or whatever the happy ending is of Scrooge.
Happy-headed.
I'm that.
But, you cheered me up on the old Christmas thing. And I've got a lot more philosophical about it. And I really enjoyed the last 2 episodes we did, so I was kind of felt really good afterwards.
Yeah, me too.
And then I started feeling miserable about Christmas again, thinking about family, feeling generally miserable about it. And then I just thought, why am I being miserable? I've just had probably one, kids aside, and I say that, but like a lot of my time, my kids was really hard work. But, family aside, I've had like one of the best years of my life. Totally have. Been since we started in February recording, I think.
Was it February?
Yeah, I think we recorded around my birthday, which is the end of February. And then I just think in that short space of time since then, just we've done all these brilliant things.
It has been mental, hasn't it?
Amazing things have happened as a result of us doing this podcast. All these people saying lovely things. It just like getting to do like a live podcast.
Yeah.
Doing being on the BBC, being on like the radio.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, fucking hell. And I just it got me thinking back to like when the younger me who really wanted to be a rock star and things that I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Then. And it was stuff like, we've got something coming up that I'm not going to say, but next year we're doing one of the things I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, I so badly want to say it.
Yeah. But being on TV, being on the radio, and just generally helping people as well. It's like, fucking hell, I'm ticking off the things. And then Eddie doing the artwork, I sold a few bits of artwork, so I've always dreamed of that.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So it's like, actually, some of the best things ever are happening. But it all came out of the back of me having a meltdown and having time off of work.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel really, really hopeful for you.
Yeah, it's funny how much positivity can come out of something that's a bit wank.
So if you think like how bad things were to that, I'm like, just keep good things keep happening.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just pinching myself, thinking I just can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, every week
Like,
there's
that's
something,
the thing
isn't
I've
there?
always wanted to do.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it just comes from giving it a go, having a go at it,
Yeah, it does.
and
And
just
like,
chancing
even
your
just
arm.
down to like numbers of listeners.
Yeah.
I never thought we'd get that.
Mm.
And
That's crazy, isn't it?
it's like it's just two blokes talking about their feelings essentially.
Yeah,
And like we just did it and put it out there, and loads of good things have happened. And
Mm.
I think still think like we've only just started.
yeah,
Loads more good things will happen. And I don't know. I think often that you go through really shit situations, but good things can come through it.
yeah,
Like even like with my wife being ill, like we've got a really good relationship, and I think like we came through something that was so tough,
yeah,
and like that's I've known people's relationships that's broken,
yeah,
and you just
yeah,
think
of
you've gone
course.
through some awful shit, but actually you come out the other side,
Mm.
and like you always do come out the other side unless you fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, of course.
And then I just think, yeah, all that shit's happened, but now I'm like my life feels amazingly well balanced, like doing music, doing this, doing art. I don't like my job quite often is quite fun, and I'm like, and I just think this is all coming for you.
Oh, definitely. I can feel
totally
it.
is.
Yeah,
Because just even down to the things we talked about tonight, just getting this idea of what Brad's going to do with his life and things.
yeah, there's a lot
And it's
going
just
on.
all like, it's like you need to go through it sometimes.
Yeah, coming out the other side.
So, yeah, that was my. So what I've been doing when I get miserable, and I must just sound like such a smug bastard.
Yeah,
But like when I get miserable, I just think about the good things that have happened. Just in less than a year, the good things that have happened.
yeah,
And then it just makes me start thinking about the possibilities.
Mm.
Like in less than a year, all that's just happened. What's going to happen in the next year?
yeah. It does make you
it's
wonder,
just
doesn't
like-
it? It's quite good exercise to write down things that have happened. I did start doing called a gratitude journal, and it's just on my phone, like grateful for this, that, whatever happened. And there's a money one as well. Anytime a little bit of money comes in, I put that down. And even like no matter what you believe in, just acknowledging the fact that something nice has happened externally and then reading it back is a really good feeling.
Yeah, they
And
do
that
say that.
outpowers the negative thoughts.
When you do CBT, you do a lot of writing down.
Mm.
And they do say that. Peter said that to me, therapist. He said, right, just just experiment with gratitude. Just whenever you think, oh, that's good, just go, oh, that's good. You know,
Yeah.
and I've kind of made that happen, maybe.
Yeah.
You know? So, well, I wanted to say a big thank you to the Tramp Man.
Yes.
Because he sent us some DVDs
Oh,
and a
yeah.
really lovely card that said in it, if it weren't for you, I might be dead or I might be divorced. I'm like, fuck.
That's incredible, isn't it?
And it's just really lovely. He sent us those DVDs.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for a good opportunity.
Yeah. That's so cool. And we got like quite a few messages coming through of that vein. And some of them are like nice little one word bits and stuff like that. This one come through. I'm going to read it out.
Read it out.
Because obviously, as we know, we appreciate all your messages. It's just nice to hear what's going on for you lot and everything else. I did have it queued up. Now it's gone. It says, "Hi Nick and Brad. Brad, I just listened to your most recent podcast and was so saddened of your recent crisis. If it wasn't for me accidentally finding you guys, I could easily have been washed up on a beach somewhere, leaving my son fatherless and my wife without her mate. Instead, I'm on meds, which give me space to think, and counselling, which is really, really helping. The black dog doesn't visit very often now, but I can see such a bright future. I remember you saying that if you help just one person step back from the edge, then it would have been worth it. I am that one. You guys are fucking heroes in my book. Stay positive, my brothers, and the best of luck with the music therapy. Brad, peace and love."
It's amazing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that comes from New Zealand.
Yeah. What's his first name?
Dominic.
Dominic in New Zealand. Respect to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. That's so cool.
I know.
Really got me when that come through.
Yeah. What did it make you think?
Just like... it just solidifies what we're doing and puts so much stuff into perspective. It makes you think, like, it's so weird. Like, there's thousands of people listening to this at the moment. Like, we're inside their ear holes right now, and all their own stories and all their own stuff that they've got going on. Like, it's just, it really like levels out stuff that's kind of going on in your own life.
It kind of makes me think, though, you know, like when you feel bad about yourself, and like you kind of, you know, you have that really horrible self-talk. Like, I'm always conscious of self-talk. It's something I used to do, like at work, like in this kind of, it was like a rehabilitation program, but it was basically CBT. They talked about self-talk and how, you know, all the things you say to yourself, like most of the time you're like saying your shit.
Yeah.
But you have control over what you say to
Yeah.
yourself. It's not easy, but you can
No.
do it. And then you can just go, hold on, I'm not shit because of this. And like, so when I start thinking, oh, I'm shit, I think, then we get something like that, and I think, no, I'm not shit. Like that says that I'm not shit.
Yeah, it does.
So if you actually help one person, then that means that you're not shit. It does. If you then like help one person, and then went and killed 100,
Yeah,
you are shit.
that's really shit. Yeah, don't do that.
But if you do like a good thing like that, and you really help someone out, it means you're not shit.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of the time, your brain's like mine, and sometimes even when we talk, it's like you're very self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And it's like I do it as well. I do it in like people. You've said to you, I think you've picked me up on it before because I'm like I should be more positive about myself. But it's when you get things like that, you think, no, I can't be that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all right. I don't need my brain to tell me I'm shit because that proves that I'm not.
Do you know what? In its simplest form, though, that's basically communication. So he's communicating to us that he felt that way and he likes the show and everything else. We had originally communicated to him, obviously, via the podcast and stuff like that. So he's talking, it's proving that it's worked.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah, and potentially saved like 3 people's lives, which is awesome.
Iceland.
Awesome.
Oh.
I said it in American accent for the people of Boston.
For the people of Boston.
Boston.
But it's funny what you kind of say to yourself. Like Peter said, is the things that you tell yourself or the things that you put into your brain are what you are. So if you're kind of surrounded by loads of negative shit, then...
And people.
Yeah, you'll invariably think, I'm negative and shit.
But that can all of a sudden seem like a superpower because you can be like, no, do you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that. I can really sort myself out a bit and start eating a bit healthier and like thinking positive and stuff like that and turn it around.
I very rarely say try and think positive, but I think try not to think negative.
Yeah, or just, it don't have to be as like black and white as I just said, but like a little nudge in a slightly less negative direction kind of thing. Like it might just be, I feel this or I feel that. Oh, but do you know what? I used mouthwash this morning, so that's a plus.
Yeah, or this is just, I feel that now.
Yeah.
I don't mean I'm going to feel that all the time later. But, you know, if you're really fucking depressed and ill, then in fairness, that can be quite difficult.
Yeah.
But it's normally in the times when you're not in crisis that you kind of have to start thinking about shit like that.
Didn't someone ask us our thoughts on what if someone says, does it snap out of it or something like that?
Yeah, so this was my mate Stephen Walds. Respect Stephen.
Big
Stephen. Ups. Steve is one of the coolest people I've ever met. He was the one who I talked about before who came around my house with an amp.
I remember you saying,
and the guitar on his back and then ran home.
Yeah.
Like a half-hour walk.
Amazing.
He ran it.
Yeah.
And he was the one who he got in touch and said, how do you deal with that? And so it's that kind of someone just kind of go, it can't be that bad, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorted
you
now.
Saved my life. Thank you. No, you're right. It can't be that bad.
Nah. Yeah, if only I hadn't thought of that a minute ago.
But the problem is that we don't know what to say.
No.
So it's not that like that is actually potentially someone showing you some caring.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
especially if it's
empathy
a
there.
friend, it's more likely they're acknowledging that you're having a hard time.
Yeah, of course.
But like, they're probably they don't want to get into it. They don't really want you to say what's going on because, well, that might make them think about their lives.
Yeah, there is that, and maybe they don't want to upset
Yeah.
you and sort of say too much or say the wrong thing, kind of thing. But I think if you can have awareness to say, I'm not going to say pull yourself out of it, or it could be worse, whatever, then you can have awareness to say, look, I don't really know what to say. I don't really know what the right thing is to say. Do you want to talk about it or not talk about it? And then just sort of see what happens.
And most of the time, people respond, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's because we don't talk about it generally, especially as men. We don't talk about it.
No.
So I don't really know what the answer is. Like, I think so much of that depends. If you're like, you're kind of. My answer generally is, oh yeah, like if only it was that simple, because it just is never that simple.
No.
It's like, oh yeah, just like, just be happy, innit? But I just think you just go, all right.
Yeah,
That's all you do.
It's just words, isn't it? I think, like, as humans, we always try and we'll naturally try and fill the silence. So if you go in any room and just don't say anything, someone will say, cold in here, innit? Or weather, or something like that. It'd have to be sort of filled. And like you say, it's kind of like an automated response. Like, how you doing? Yeah, not that great. Oh yeah, you'll be all right. Snap out of it. Like, it's just kind of like quite a surface level comment 9 times out of 10.
It's
isn't it?
funny because I kind of think about like friends who've always said that, and like now really, and like since doing the podcast, I'm like, oh, I didn't realise. It's because they would go, oh, you'll be all right, mate, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I suppose they just take you for what you say. Like, I've kind of been annoyed about that at times in my life. But I think really, you know, like if you respond with like, yeah, I know, I'll be all right, don't worry. Then yes, they are going to. Why would they not take you on face value?
Yeah, I think it's subjective, and like, obviously every conversation is different. But if it's done in a way of like, "Come on, mate, you big girls' blouse, sort yourself out," and it's kind of can be seen as a bit kind of aggressive, or it's degrading degrading your situation because you're not on the same level as them, kind of thing. Because I was thinking about this when you said it. I was thinking earlier. I was like, on the face value, it doesn't really bother me too much when someone says, "Oh, you'll be all right," or whatever. I think that's like quite positive. And I was thinking, like, at what stage would it affect me? And I thought it would be that. It would be that, like, oh yeah, you know, man up, sort yourself out. Like, what you got to moan about? You've got this and that and everything else, and it's like,
I've had people say that to me though.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're right. Look, you got your wife and kids. It's like, and like I remember like saying to like a friend about like Jude having autism, and they're like, "He's happy though, isn't he?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's happy." And like, in fairness, I kind of walked away and thought, and that has kind of become my mantra. It's like, well, he's happy.
Yeah.
Like, he's really happy. But it does, it excludes all of the bits that are like, you know, all those things that are going through your head.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, will he live with us forever? And all those kind of things. And it's like,
but I guarantee, if you're like me,
like that's not a great response.
In hindsight, you think, oh, like, I could have said this and could have said that. But when you're in the immediacy, I instantly think, oh, I can't be asked with you. Yeah, mate. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. See that? Like, just sort of just smile and nod, and I would say whatever it took for them to just go.
To move along.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's where we're wrong though. Maybe we're wrong.
Yeah, I would be concerned though. I'd be
actually. I mean, it depends on the situation, but if a friend kind of says it to you on one-to-one, then maybe you do just go, it's not that simple, mate.
No.
You know, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just so much that you think people don't want to hear, but you don't actually say either.
No.
So, you know, you add to the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a difficult one.
maybe if someone goes, oh, you'll be all right, you just go, oh, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
And just go like that. And they
Spin
might
it
go,
round.
oh, no, you're all right. And then they're gone.
Yeah.
Or they kind of stop and you talk about it.
Yeah. And you never know. They might be covering up a whole heap of shit that
Yeah.
they don't even want to talk about.
So actually, like I know that takes balls
Yeah.
to do it. You know, balls of fire. But it's funny, right? Because as we're talking about it, I have done that myself.
Mm.
You know, like you say to someone, you know, I could imagine me saying exactly the same thing. You know, even like when we're talking to Darren about Jackson, it's like, but is he happy?
Mm.
You know, it's all, you know, in the nicest possible way. That's all anyone
That's a
ever
really
says.
good shout, actually, mate. I wouldn't mind listening back to that podcast and see how many times I did maybe
He's
try
happy
and
though,
like
isn't he?
rescue the conversation a
Yeah.
bit. Maybe that's a really good shout.
Like we've probably done it ourselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind betting we have.
And like, when I kind of think the best thing to say in those situations is just like, well, how do you feel?
Yeah.
And say to someone, how do you feel, maybe?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not-
because
it's
they
not
might be so used to
straightforward.
talking about the thing of what it is,
Yeah.
they might not actually have like had anyone ask them how they feel.
It's like are you okay? And they go, yeah. No, but are you really okay? Like, do you want to talk?
Mm.
I suppose it's that second stab at it.
Yeah.
I remember like Helen, who's been on here, who I worked
Yeah.
with, and she said that to me before. Like she'll go to me, like when we worked together, she'd go, "Are you okay?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
So that's like the surface level, okay.
Yeah. And then she'll go, "No, are you really okay? You don't seem okay. Do you want to have a talk?" And I'd be like, "Blah!"
Yeah, gates open.
Yeah. And there's everything.
Yeah.
And I suppose there's that bit in you that doesn't want to burn.
I wonder if
someone. There's that shame in you.
I
as
think
well.
you get that though if maybe the conversation didn't stop there. They didn't necessarily say, "Are you okay?" a second time, but as you're talking and the interaction gets closer and more familiar, especially if
Yeah,
it's someone
maybe
that you
that's
know,
what- yeah,
and then
you-
slowly but surely over the conversation, everyone relaxes
You
a little
think,
bit.
Hold on, they care.
Yeah.
And like you kind of take that moment yourself.
Yeah. Unless it is that
And you
cut
think, oh, no,
short,
they've
like
given the opportunity.
yeah. I suppose we instinctively go into every conversation thinking they don't want to talk to me, they're busy, they don't want to hear what I'm going on. I'll just say okay, and then it sort of breaks down the barriers, I guess.
Yeah,
like
right,
that.
yeah. I don't want to talk about it because I feel embarrassed and I feel shameful, and I know that the shit that's going through my head is ridiculous. That's the problem. You've got to break through that.
Yeah.
But I know in my experience that I've always really been itching to say. And I've always been itching for someone to go, are you really, like, are you okay, mate? What's going on? And then I will talk about it.
Yeah.
But in my experience is that most people don't do that. The only person I used to talk to is my mum. But, you know, like my friendship group, like they'll say, oh, we didn't know. And it's probably because, like, of that.
Yeah.
Like, are you alright? I'm like, yeah.
Nick's all right.
Yeah. I remember being at, so I was thinking about this today. And I remember being at the Cure gig, like the summer before last, maybe. Yeah, summer before last. And I sat down for a bit.
Is that a high pot?
Yeah, I sat down for a bit. And there was quite a few of us there. I sat down for a bit just because I was like, I'm not that massive a Cure fan. Like, I'm quite happy just sitting down for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of resting my legs.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, fucking hell, you're so boring, stand up. And like, the thing is, most of those people knew that I was still in mid-meltdown, really. I was in, like, recovery in many ways. And most of those people knew. And then my mate, Chris, kind of, was like, he seemed really bothered. Because he was like, oh, you seem down. And I'm like, I'm really not down. I'm just fucking, like, I'm not that bothered about the band. I've watched them for an hour.
Yeah.
And I just want to sit down. No. And he's like, oh, it's all right. Look, right, we'll do this and this and this. And you go get carried.
It's mad though, isn't it?
And he's like, and I've solved all your problems. And like, bless him, like Chris, if you're listening, every lovely intention was there.
Yeah.
But it was like, there's so much more to.
The thing is, if no one had said anything, you would have sat there for a couple of minutes. One of the other songs would come on, decent songs that weren't like middle of the album that no one gives a fuck about. You would probably would have jumped about.
But it was quite nice that like, well, I think what happens is people get like, oh no, you're making us, you're spoiling it.
Right, yeah.
And I when I was younger and like through my 20s and teens, I was always felt like I was spoiling it, even if I wasn't.
Wow, that's interesting.
So like,
has anyone ever told you were spoiling it? Whatever it is.
No, there's been indications, and people have kind of said like, you know, like I tended to always want to go home, didn't want to stay out.
You've wiped shit all over the wall, Nick. Yeah. You fucking. She's only 7. You know what I mean?
Like invariably, I pretty much always want to go home, and it'd be like, we'll go.
Yeah.
And, but like that, you know, that's all right because you're teenagers and you're fucking about. But so yeah, the thought of like talking about my feelings. Been like that really spoiled and like,
yeah, it's time and place though, isn't it?
Years to talk openly about my feelings.
Yeah, of course.
It's only really now that I'm doing it, like the last year. So you think it's not really anyone else's fault.
No,
none of that really. Like I do get annoyed with friends and that sometimes, but mostly I guess it's because like they didn't notice, you know. And I think, well, it's not their job to notice.
No.
And it's also like, why do they want to notice?
There's
like,
that thing that
you
says...
are young and you do want to have fun, or you're busy and you've got kids, and you know, it's like I don't want to spend this one fucking night out a month that I might get with my friends talking about being miserable.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like, I don't necessarily want someone to do that to me.
No.
Although, in fairness, I do end up getting right into those kind of conversations.
Yeah, I like those deep conversations.
Yeah, I do.
It's funny though when you have it and 2 hours have gone by and everything else has gone a bit sort of nuts, but it's not always as black and white.
But I can understand why people don't really want to get into that. They're like, no. I've got fucking, you know, my wife's having a go at me. No, it's very stereotypical. But basically, most people sit in that victim spot.
Yeah. So
it's like you're. You know, it's all, but they're getting on at me. Jobs, they're getting on at me. I haven't got enough money, and like shit. I'm such a fucking victim.
Yeah.
And then you, like, your wife moans at you, and you're like, why are they getting at me? I'm doing everything. Yeah. You know, like you just get into that mindset.
Yeah, of course.
So everyone's a victim because, like, that's self-protective, isn't it? But essentially, yeah. So everyone feels like that, I think. It takes a while. Then when you stop feeling like that so much, you kind of notice people around you.
Yeah.
More, and you notice people who are having a hard time, and actually you'll go, "Are you all right?"
I think what I've noticed is you start asking how other people are first, or you start asking more questions about them, and I'm more interested in other people's stories and everything else. Not knowingly, but like, I've noticed a lot more recently that I've been kind of a lot more like less me kind of thing. I
do that really consciously. I certainly haven't slipped into doing that as standard, or even like not even noticing I'm doing it. Like I do think, oh shit, how are you?
Yeah, I'm terrible at it.
You're just getting into a message, like you're doing a few messages, and then after a few messages, you're like, I'm fucking bored of messages now.
Yeah.
Like, these are meant to be brief. It's not a phone call. Like, I hate phone calls.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I wish I hadn't asked.
Yeah.
And I just think, even for me, as being like to think of myself as a bit of a mental health like kind of advocate, like I can be just as bad. So we shouldn't really be critical of other people too much.
No, of course not.
I think generally, like getting the ump and being critical of others, all that does is make you feel shit.
Yeah, every time.
It does, doesn't it? It don't make...
Sometimes you do it just to kind of justify your feelings, or you think, oh yeah, they're like this because of this or that or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, it's you sat there thinking that shit. They're out there getting on with their lives, and they don't give a well. People do obviously give a fuck about you, but so there's that saying that like you kind of think that everyone in the world is kind of constantly thinking about you and the argument you had the other night. Whether they really ain't. People just getting on with their day. Yeah. Just because you are thinking in that
everyone's just
depth.
as busy, if not busier than you are.
Especially now, everyone's busy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone.
And like if you've got family and all that kind of shit as well, like they don't care. They're not really thinking about you.
No.
And you're thinking, I'm thinking all these bad things about you, and it's going to hurt you in some way. No, it's not.
No. And sometimes all it takes is that little phone call the next day to, it's a bit mental, isn't it? Sorry about that. And it's like, bang, all dealt with.
Yeah. I know, I say this, and over the midst of, I didn't set the timer, so I set the timer for, how long do it be going?
Half hour.
Right, I'll set the timer for half an hour. Yeah, no, I've been telling myself this a lot recently, because I kind of get annoyed with friends and that, and since we've been doing the podcast, lots of good things have happened, but I think I've lost a few friends. I think I've lost a few.
Yeah, me too.
As a result of doing it.
Yeah.
I think I've upset some of my family, so there are kind of negative points. But there is that selfish part of me that thinks this is making me feel better. This is giving me something that I've never had before.
Yeah.
You know, giving me confidence and making me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, sometimes you do have to kind of think about yourself a little bit.
Yeah. I think, though, the right sort of people who need to be in your circle, even if you said something to piss them off, will come round because they're the right sort of people. And it might come up in some drunken conversation at some family party in 10 years' time, whatever, and they'll go, oh, yeah, you said this about that. And you'll be like, oh, no, I didn't mean in that context. And then they'll be like, oh, my God, I've been harbouring this thing for like 10 years.
Yeah, I know. You think that. So, like, normally, that's why, like, especially with my wife, if I'm annoyed about something, I generally say it, but I say it like at a calm situation. I just go, you know, like, do you mind not doing that sometimes?
Yeah.
You know, like just saying it like, and then I feel like I've said it, so it doesn't fester. But yeah, but so often, you know, they come out in arguments, but I try to avoid that. Yeah,
tone of voice doesn't always help sometimes, does it? Or whatever else is going on, or the timing of it. We've all done it.
Oh, yeah. So generally, I'm feeling quite cool about Christmas.
Good.
I feel all right.
Yeah, I'm excited about it all. So what's your Christmas Eve look like? Do you have to work Christmas Eves?
Yeah, but I won't work late. I think Christmas Eve is on Tuesday, so I won't work late. Like, leave by 4 o'clock or something.
Is it funky jumpers and party hats in the office?
No, I don't do that. I don't do funky jumpers and shit like that.
No.
No, I'm a goth, aren't I?
That's true, actually, yeah.
I'm a goth. I watched this really good programme on Netflix about the Satanic Church. And then
I think I might have scrolled
really
past
good.
that. What's that? Yeah, I think I've seen that. I've scrolled past that. It looks good.
So I've read a few bits on the occult and Satanism.
That's good for your digestive system, though, isn't it?
Occult. Yeah, occult is basic.
Oh, yeah, no, that's Yakult, isn't it? Yeah.
And I read, I've read the Satanic Bible.
All right. Any good?
It's not very big. And Anton LaVey wrote it. See, I know quite a bit about this. I find all this shit interesting.
That is interesting.
And
so is that the official Satanic Bible?
Yeah, but not a lot of satanic groups don't necessarily follow that.
So the Bible come out years ago. It's like a really old book.
That one came out like in the late 60s, 70s.
Oh, right, okay. So before that, was there any like pre-satanic?
Paganism.
Oh, okay.
Paganism. So paganism is often kind of brushed with this idea that it's
devil worship.
Satanic, but it's not.
No.
Paganism is basically worshipping the earth.
I was going to say,
worshipping
wasn't
nature.
majority of this country pagan
Yeah, it's just
before
about
they
nature.
forced Christianity on everyone?
And like most Wiccan stuff's about nature.
Mm.
So and like witches and all of those things, all about nature.
Yeah.
I just find you can't fucking argue with that shit.
No, not really.
No,
Yeah.
fair play. Nature is in charge of us.
I'd be interested to know what the pagans are up to now science is about.
But still, even with science about most nature stuff rings true anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
It must back up a lot of their
I
theories.
thought, most science would probably really back it up.
Mm.
But I quite like I quite liked many elements of the satanic. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Well, it's
but
Christmas.
I just figured we just talk about what it's Christmas. Yeah, we might as well talk about Satanism. So I also read quite a few bits on Aleister Crowley as well, and he started the Thelemic religion, which is basically another kind of satanic thing of that ilk.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, and like if you notice on my drawings, I do inverted crosses. It's not me being like, "Oh, I'm fucking dark as shit."
Yeah,
I'm so metal because I don't really listen to a lot of metal except Tool. And the inverted cross is saying God is within.
Oh, right, okay, that's interesting.
So basically satanic religion is focused on you and the power within.
Mm.
So like the Aleister Crowley famous law was do as thou wilt. And I think he said love is the only law. And you think, so the idea is that you shouldn't not go around killing people, but you should be able to be who you are.
Yeah.
And you should be proud of who you are. So it's quite an empowering message.
That is, yeah. Do you think it's been tarnished with its devilish nature by opposing religions?
Yeah. So this is what that documentary was about. Was that basically they were going and like kind of protesting in America where they'd have like the Ten Commandments up, or they'd say a prayer at a council meeting, and they were saying that that's wrong because we're founded on was it polemic or something like that. But they were saying they're not a religious country. They're not founded on religion, and religion shouldn't dictate what the country does.
No.
And religion shouldn't dictate what the
No.
country does, although it does.
Yeah.
Everywhere, even in
It's
this
been
country.
bastardised, isn't it, and used for absolute corruption.
I was watching on the
Thatcher
news
Upsley.
about in India them killing loads of Muslims. But basically they're dictating what should be. And it's like, there shouldn't be any dictators on that.
No.
I don't like a lot of religion, but I do think people should be allowed to do it.
Yeah, of course.
But I also don't think it should dictate what the country does.
No.
So so they were protesting that. So, but they were being like cheeky about it. So if they put up a statue of the Ten Commandments, and they wanted to put up a statue of Baphomet, which is like the devil. And,
Wow.
But basically, they won loads of things because they were saying you can't do it because religion can't dictate what we do.
No.
But people were getting so angry.
That's the thing is, if not, have the Ten Commandments, but if you're going to do that, then have, like you say, that other thing, and then the Jewish version of it, and then this and Islam, have a little bit of all of it.
Saying,
yeah.
Have that,
Yeah.
that's fine, but you also then need to acknowledge all the other religions.
Yeah.
And if you're going to acknowledge those religions, you need to acknowledge Satanism.
Yeah.
Because it's got as much validity.
100%, yeah.
Although it is kind of counter to like the prevailing beliefs. And that's what they're saying. Prevailing beliefs shouldn't have that much power.
Just because it's maybe been, in inverted commas, proven more, or more people agree that things have happened than
it's not
don't
proven
agree.
more, though. None of it's proven.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But just in opinion.
Yeah, so basically, it always comes down to basically time. And
Yeah.
that one, the Bible was written like ages ago.
So it must be right.
So that's right.
Yeah.
But then, over the years, like the kings and queens go, no, you've got to believe that. And then, people experience terrible hardship, like famines and shit like that. And they're like, oh, well, I can't believe this is it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were saying like that's wrong, and I'm like, yeah, mate, you're right. That is wrong. It
That's
shouldn't
so
be like
cool.
that.
I
And
love things like that. That get you thinking differently. No, I was just literally as you were talking, just thinking, because you gave me this nice ring. It's got a skull on it, and like the skull and the image of the skull. Like I wonder if that's kind of like obviously you said Satanism is like looking inwards and within, and like skull's kind of associated maybe a little bit. Just thinking out loud.
yeah, maybe.
Mm.
But yeah, so the like that whole concept of, I think, watching different things about religion and the idea that we used to think and we used to be rational. We used to think, well, that's happened, but that's probably happened because I did that. That happened. I did that, and they did that.
Mm.
And you go, all right, well, there you go. So yeah, I was probably out of order, maybe.
Yeah.
And then someone comes along and says, "Oh no, you don't have to worry about all that.
No.
Like, you fucking out of order, but that was God's will.
Mm.
So that's not your fault.
Yeah.
And this isn't my fault. And if you just follow these rules, we'll all be all right.
Yeah.
And they're like, my life's a sack of shit. Like, I'm living in a pit, and when I come to your house, there's these big stained glass windows, and it's all nice.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll have some of that. Then.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it's not my fault. Someone's going to sort it out. And then, and if I say I'm sorry now,
Yeah.
I won't go to hell or anything. Like this hell that I never knew about.
Yeah. The judges had sex with like all of the kids in the village. Yeah. It wasn't my fault, mate. It's the will of God. Oh Jesus, yeah, I didn't think. And he's a judge too, so
and he's also the vicar.
Yeah, yeah. So we better start listening to that guy. It's not my fault.
So like the kind of satanic thing, I'm like, yeah, I did that. I did look into it a little bit more. I was thinking, I could go there, and then I was thinking, oh no. It's the same as everything else.
What? Because all of a sudden you think, I'll buy the book and I'll get a T-shirt and I'll start dressing in a certain way and I'll start going to the groups. Yeah. And I'll start like sacrificing one of my kids every Thursday.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not. Oh yeah, I only want like £10 a week.
Yeah, that seems all right.
Yeah. I've been sucked in.
Yeah. Oh no.
And then you think, wow, but if it's about power within, then I can do that on my own.
Yeah. That's exactly how it snowballs. How quick it is. It's the trinkets and wanting to belong.
Yeah.
And thinking if I get this or I pay into that or do that, whatever. And that's just how it's been manipulated. Everything.
No, because intrinsically, like within us, we want to belong.
Yeah.
If you think if you just take it back to like your caveman brain, all your caveman brain really, your caveman brain's going, if I'm with someone else, then I've got a better chance of catching food.
Yeah.
It's like, right. So,
and fucking them and talking to them or whatever. It's like those basic, Pete said it, didn't he? The basic, like food, fucking...
Yeah.
I can't remember them all.
If you're with other people, then you stand a better chance.
Mm.
And I think, initially it was, I'll stand a better chance because I'll have food in that.
Yeah. It's all instinct, isn't it? Innate instinct.
Is that on?
What, a heater?
Yeah, that's feeling cold.
Bit of a giraffe in here.
Yeah, it is. And you just think, that's all bullshit. Huh?
Yeah. It makes me so sad to the level that it's been manipulated at, like, too. And when you start looking back and think, oh, bloody hell, like, I went to a Church of England school. We used to go to church like a couple of times a week with the school. And, I've just been to Buddy's nativity this morning. And, like, it was lovely and it's like a really nice Christmas tradition. And I was with my mum and he did amazing. He remembered all his words and that was a narrator. And I couldn't be more proud. But there was still a little bit of me that was thinking, what is this about? There's so many good stories that have been turned into films and comic book. Why have you picked this one?
As well,
yeah.
Because you're going, this is lovely.
Yeah.
And you're going, no, I'm saying, well, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Essentially, I'm just going, carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on with these big, things that aren't proven.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't allow it in other things. But as you were saying it, I'm thinking, that happens across everything. That's not just religion. Like, you think about, I was thinking, right, it's voting day today.
It is. Oh, do you mean it was last week if it is Christmas Day today because this is release day?
So we're recording it on the day of the big vote in the UK.
Mm.
And then I'm thinking about that, and that's exactly the same. Like, people, like, you're told a lot, like, what's potentially a lie. Something that quite often you think about Trump is backed up to be a lie.
Yeah.
But you go along with it.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Because whatever, like, the opposite of that would be really bad for us.
Yeah.
So, will it? Do we know that? We don't.
It's like paraphrased, like hyper turned into like bite-sized little bullet points of like, vote for this and this will happen. If you don't vote for him, this will happen. If you vote for this, he's a racist. If you vote for that, he did something with the IRA. If you if you do this, if you do that, and really, there's hundreds of political parties in the country. They're made out to be jokes because they'll only film Mr. Buckethead or the Raven Looney Party or whatever. But they're made out to be jokes by the media. The media are owned by the Tory party. I'm saying Tory party because that's what I was told today. I don't know that for certain. They're probably owned by all
that's the kind of thing
people.
that I was thinking today. Like, so the people who pay for the media are only going to let you see, or the people that own the media are only going to let you see what they want you to see.
Exactly, yeah.
So, like, they're not going to see, like, Corbyn being nice.
Mm.
They're going to go, no, Corbyn's a racist.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Johnson fucks himself over, but yet you still get more of a positive view.
Yeah.
And then you just think, but what people tend to go, like especially now the use of social media, people, you can just pick who you listen to anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Go,
Yeah.
I don't like them, so I'll just listen to this.
Yeah.
And it just feeds. So it's like that kind of negative self-talk.
Yeah.
You're talking yourself into it, and then you'll want to associate with people who are the same.
Mm.
And it is just like that kind of, oh, we stick together, we're better. Like, we'll be better.
Yeah. I
And
think like
that's not necessarily true.
What we should do is organise a day where everyone in the country is in the same room. Well, not room because it won't be big enough, but the same like part of the country, whatever. So in the same field, do it in the summer so we don't get wet and all that. Have a few drinks, whatever, and see and have this out in person. And then you'll start to see like those natural primal instincts come out. Is it the bigger man? Is it the louder lady? Is it the person who's got these kids are right? This thing's right. That's right. And when you actually see it, and it's not.
Fight.
Yeah, I suppose it would be.
But
There's a film, the end of one of the Batman films. Joker's rigged 2 boats with the explosives, and the opposite boats have got the buttons to detonate that boat. It's a boat full of criminals and a boat full of non-criminals. And the criminals are like, well, we should not detonate and then let them kill us.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Batman?
yeah. And then
What, like with
Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Really?
I think it's that one. Yeah, it is.
I need
It
to
must
watch
be.
that again.
Yeah, it's good. And I'm just making this up now, which I think is pretty clever. I think that is that. If you think about it, there is like the kind of, how can I put it without saying the wrong thing? Like the more conservative, maybe people saying like, we should do this, we should do that, we should manage it like this, we should manage it like that. Then this massive burly bloke gets up and goes, no, like we're doing this. And then like a kid or whatever from the other side goes, no, we're doing this. And like it shifts the dynamic completely. It's like pure reasoning in its most purest form kind of thing. I can't remember the outcome of it. I don't think anyone dies because essentially Batman saves them all. But I think that's quite interesting that that's in the film. I'm sure it is Batman. Because they all end up on the boats.
But wouldn't you think like you'd end up with the biggest? Go back to that caveman thing. It'd be like, well, the biggest one will be the one who leads. You know, like because you go, you're in that situation. Like, well, we need to go to the biggest one because if it all goes to shit, we need someone.
But there's another 100 people, and if those 100 people don't agree with him, they could just jump him and that. So it might be that the cleverer one, or the louder one, or the more articulate one, the smarter one, is able to say, "Yeah, we could do this and that, but have you thought about this, that, and that kind of thing?"
Well, yeah, you think about Hitler.
I don't.
No, but if you think about Hitler, he wasn't a big burly bloke, was he?
No. I always think like it's interesting we see the end of that outcome. But like, what was the beginning? Like, was he like a local politician, like knocking door to door? Hello, have you thought about? That's a terrible German accent.
Yeah, it probably was.
And then like worked his way up.
Party was starting.
It was a legitimate government. It wasn't like just a group of rebel soldiers, was it? Just saying, I know. I've got.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it is them.
Yeah.
It's the Jews. They are fucking us over.
But then does that go back to, I should imagine, purely because of the same time in this country, the propaganda, the posters, and like prying on people's inability maybe to, not inability maybe, but put specific messages into people's heads of saying, you know, Hitler is this, or Hitler is that, or like the British are this, or the British are that. Oh, that seems like a legitimate reason to go and kill them all.
I think it's kind of amazing that people would vote. So if they were told you can vote for or against the NHS, I think most people would vote for.
Yeah.
But in this situation, they're kind of being told that, well, Boris is dodgy. No one's arguing with that, and that he may sell the NHS. And he's going, no, I won't.
Yeah.
And that, but yeah, they're so kind of like, but the other old bloke, I'm not going to follow him.
No.
And it's like, but if the NHS is really in balance, and I doubt if it really is in those terms, but there's no way you would go, oh no, fuck the NHS. I'd rather not have it.
But I like to think if we were in that room and we were all together, I personally would say, right, does anyone actually know? Like, can we get who works for the NHS? Like, we're all in the same room. This is the whole country. Like, who works for the NHS? Oh, I do. I'm a nurse. Oh, that's really cool. That's amazing. Thank you. Who works in the office? Oh, I do. Oh, over the back. Right, come over here. Right, what's actually going on? Like, where's the book? Show us the money.
Pretty much everyone from the NHS has said, like, or there has been a lot of press from people in the NHS going, yeah, we were worried about it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen some really harrowing videos. I haven't seen 80,000 harrowing videos of everyone from the NHS. Is there anyone that works for the NHS that goes, you know what, yeah, it's a bit shit, like, yeah, we fixed a kid in the car park and that, but, you know, the sandwiches are really good here, so, Boris Johnson, hey!
No, that's what I mean. So, you get all of that press, and basically that tends to be on social media, that press. And then, but, yeah, so you'd think that would kind of be enough to go, I don't know. So it Brexit assaulted. I don't want to lose the NHS, surely.
Yeah.
But yet somehow people are convinced that, that's not the problem.
Yeah, it's like an on and off switch. They're like, oh, right, this one is yes, this one is no. They've tried to simplify it down as much as possible. A tick, a yes and a no. But it ain't as simple as that. So tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up.
It surprises me. I'm just like,
I'm fairly confident.
People, like, even if you just thought about basic priorities, you think, I don't really want to lose. Like, do I really want to, like, pay loads of money for insurance?
It'll only come down to money, though. And, like, someone, like, who, I don't know enough about it. Maybe I've seen too much Tory press and not enough, too much Labour press and not enough Tory press. But, like, they must have their reasons for voting for it. What scares me is people who vote just because Conservative means what it has always meant in such a broad my family's always voted Conservative, so that's what we're doing. Like, that doesn't make sense.
I think you certainly get a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, that's typical. It's like, you know, people tend to glue to their family over anything. It's like, oh yeah, you know. Yeah, but now my family have always been rapists. So, you know, I'm a rapist.
Yeah, we all do a bit of rape at the weekend, don't we? But you don't rape at the weekend, weirdo.
But people do. Like, they're like, but my family. We've always done that, so that's our tradition.
But that's what they want. That's what they want. They want people who just sit in and watch EastEnders one night, Emmerdale the next night.
Like, I'd have thought you'd get a lot of, like, working class people would be really like, no, I'm Labour.
Yeah.
I'd have thought they'd been Labour through and through. But it doesn't seem that way, which really surprises me. And I think what happened now, because they're just like, no, I fucking want Brexit.
Yeah.
And like,
they've been given a new icon, a new logo.
Who are going to do Brexit.
Exactly, mate, yeah. And that, again, they simplified it to a choice. Do you like black people or don't you? Or immigrants or don't you? Or people who speak a different language or don't you? Well, if you do like them, then vote against, and if you don't like them, then vote for, kind of thing. And they've simplified it down that much.
Yeah.
They won't simplify. Oh, if we do leave the European Union, it will affect trade by this much. This will happen because of this, that, and that much. Yes or no? They won't simplify it like that. They'll leave that confusing because, you look into that too much, you'll get the right answer. Do you like black people or not? No. Right. Well, then leave. We're going to leave Europe. All right. I'm going to vote for them then. I agree with that.
Going, doing this thing on newspapers, going like, oh yeah. We're taking away your rights to choose your own things. But have you seen these tits?
Yeah.
Look at these tits.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh, lads.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, and you just think, we're being really manipulated.
100% every turn.
I don't think, we're being manipulated on all sides. I don't think any party's free of all that stuff. We've been manipulated everywhere.
I feel like
I remember I have friends who go, I put something up like pro Corbyn, and I think basically all I'm saying is I'm pro people.
Yeah.
And they're like, but have you thought about this? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why are you so angry?
Yeah. No, I haven't thought about all that stuff. I couldn't really give a fuck about it too much. Yeah. I like this little bit of it, so I'm putting that on my Facebook wall. It belongs to me, so fuck off.
That's why you're so angry.
Yeah, people get really angry, don't they? It is angry. Like, it's going to make a difference.
Angry about something that we had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
We can't really do a lot about.
Yeah. Well, he said that thing 10 years ago. What? I said things 10 years... Mate, if people started bringing up stuff I did fucking 10 years ago.
Exactly. We're all being told what to do by the media anyway.
It's everywhere. And what's weird is I feel privileged to have come from a time when you go, I'm not watching that news, turn it off. I don't buy newspapers, turn it off, and then that's it, it's gone. Whereas now, this week...
You can do that on
this week, I said to myself, no, I'm not going to get caught up in it and everything else. And the last couple of days, I've been checking my phone. A hell of a lot, just to see what's going on. And I generally am not really that fussed, but it does feel like this time around there's a big kind of shift, like a change.
I think the thing is, what's really bothered me about it all is I'm just really surprised how fucking angry people are. And I understand why people are angry, because they feel like their lives have been really shit over the last 10 years. And because in England it has been pretty shit. And I'm like, and then we're told who to feel angry at, and all the anger's just taken away from the people with money.
Yeah.
I'm like, the people with money are the ones who have been, the banks and all that have stitched us over. But yet, no, we shouldn't be angry at them. We should be angry at immigrants. It's
so generalised, isn't it?
Like, when did people start being so cold and horrible?
Yeah. That's it. Like, it's so compartmentalised and generalised. Like, why can't an immigrant own Toys R Us?
Yeah, why has everyone got the hump with everyone all the time? And I know why. It's because we've had austerity and all of that. But still, it's like everyone's just lost their basic human compassion.
Yeah.
In this really short period of time.
Because they've been made to choose a side, choose a pack, a group, pack mentality. Choose what side are you on? Oh, well, you work with a bloke from India. Oh, you must be Labour then. Well, no, I'm not, because I think like the taxation of this is pretty good, actually. It's done good for reform in drug change and medical law and stuff like that. Oh, what, so you're Tory then? Oh, well, no. Well, yeah, no, not really.
No,
it's like,
sorry that I care
it's
about
ridiculous,
things,
isn't it?
And I don't want people to have a hard time.
Yeah.
But you'd have to pay loads of tax. And I'm like, people who are complaining about paying loads of tax and all those with the money.
Can afford fucking tax. Or they own Amazon and don't pay any tax, allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all getting annoyed with each other. And it's just, we should be getting annoyed with Amazon fucking thingy for paying no fucking tax.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're all steered in a different direction. And I just feel like we kind of started talking about manipulation earlier, and I just feel like we're all being really badly manipulated.
Always.
And it's like pointing the finger at like the guy next to us and going, I'm being manipulated because
by you. Yeah. I hate it. Like that commercialism. Like all it makes me want to do is just go to www.mouthofmanliness.com and just buy some t-shirts. You know what I mean? And just really like chill out and put some money in Patreon and that, and just like stick it to the man and go. I'm just going to buy loads of artwork off of loveless.co.uk and just really chill out.
But it's just really horrible. It's just really horrible atmosphere, and everyone's just angry. And we're made to feel angry though. Like you don't really have to scratch far below the surface to see that, we're all being stitched up.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, even like we need to leave Europe, and it's like, why do we want to divide?
Yeah.
Like. What's the benefit in dividing?
Yeah.
I can't believe we started talking about politics.
Oh, at Christmas as well, a time of like no manipulation, no forced ideologies of you got to do this because that book said so.
I'm sure our American listeners are going to really enjoy us talking about Brexit. Anyway,
fuck Trump.
Yeah, fuck you.
I don't know enough about him. He might be a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's it. I'm going to go and see the cats here.
I'm having a wee.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.